Hi everyone, thanks for joining today. I know how busy you all are, so I will not take up too much of your time today. I want to do the webinar to show you how to brand and customize Perfect Portal to make it work for your firm. Now, we do have the question and answers tab below, so feel free to type any questions that you may have. What I will do is I'll do my best to answer these questions towards the end of the webinar. If I do run out of time though, I will be sure to contact you afterwards. Before we start, if anybody has any requests for things that they would like to see during our webinars going forward, feel free to contact the client success team and we will incorporate these requests within our webinars going forwards. So let's get started. More and more consumers want digital communication from any providers that they use. Now, as society evolves, we as consumers are less dependent upon human interaction. Take, for example, the banking society. There are now some banks which are set up without even opening a branch. As a result, the individual is completely reliant upon embracing that technology via their iPhone, iPads and tablets to not only communicate but receive that important information. The same also applies for law firms. Our clients now expect the same level of communication and efficiency in our industry as they do in every other industry that they interact with. So no longer are we just in competition with other practitioners in our industry, but our clients are comparing our service, interaction, and level of communication with that of all of the other industries that they deal with. And according to Forbes, if you provide a consistent branding experience to your clients across all channels, you then have the potential to increase your revenues by 23% or more. 86% of customers are willing to pay a price premium as high as 18% for great customer experience. Now, in most cases, you now need to do this experience online or in digital formats without any of the in-person contact. That is why it is so important to invest time into your brand and how it is perceived by your clients. Not only this, but providing brand experience throughout the whole client journey, not just when sending the quote out to the client. So, I mentioned earlier how important it is to heighten brand experience throughout the whole client journey. That isn't just at quote level, it's from beginning to end. I now want to talk you through how you can do this by customizing your portal and making it work for your firm. Here at Perfect Portal, we have a wealth of new and existing features in which can be customized to not only make it work for your firm, but maintain that client engagement through brand awareness no matter which audience that you are targeting. I will showcase these features towards the end of the webinar during a brief demonstration. However, I firstly want to talk you through these key features that I have selected today and how they can actually work for you. So firstly, we have the customization of your fee scales. Now, as we all know, your fees are a pivotal part of your practice. Not only this, but being transparent in your fees is also becoming increasingly important. So let's take, for example, when your client is online getting a quote from your website. We all know now that we want those fees that they capture online to be as close as the actual fee that they will be paying when they instruct. As mentioned earlier, we have 3 platforms available, these being private, referred, and online using the web calculator. Therefore, you can use the customization of the fee scales to tailor not only for the private clients, but through the referred clients and prospect clients who have generated a quote online. In addition to this, not only can you have multiple web calculators, however, you can use our geolocation to allocate fees depending upon the postcode entered. And what this will do is it will make the fees super accurate as to what the client is being charged from the outset. In addition to this, discount vouchers are a recently new feature. Discount vouchers provide the ability to honour a discount to your client. These discounts can be set up for a limited amount of time, or you can set them up so that they can be used a certain amount of times before expiring. A great use of discount codes can be through a seasonal offer, such as spring savings. Not only can you use the code when generating a quote privately on your portal, but the prospect client can also use this voucher on the website calculator found on your webpage. A good idea is to advertise this online through your social media, for example. We also have the email templates. Now, within the portal, we have email templates that assist you throughout the entire client journey. That is from quote to once you've secured that business and communicating with that client throughout the entire journey. Using our new email design feature, you now have a multitude of email banners which can differentiate the purpose of your email to the target audience. Now, having an eye-catching email at quote level is so important because you are still working towards securing that new business. Not only this, but as a client, we don't want to read through a super long email which is full of text. Therefore, it is always useful to keep your email content condensed and snappy so that as a client, they can open your email, have a great visual, and still view the click here to instruct button without having to scroll through the email to find it. Especially now with enhanced websites, a lot of your information is available to read online. So when the email actually comes through to the client, they can just have important information and that important link to let you guys know that they wish to go ahead with you. Don't forget, you can create as many email templates as you wish to send the client chase-ups. These chase-ups can also be branded to heighten your brand awareness. So what we can do here for you is we can create a multitude of email banners for your firm. If you would like some banners created, just get in touch with the client success team or help desk and our marketing department will be able to create something great for you. Here at Perfect Portal, we understand that no two firms work the same. That is why the decline quote reasons can now be tailored. Therefore, you can add, delete, and amend the existing reasons within your general settings. Using these decline quote reasons acts as a great management tool. We do have a report which is within your settings in which you can analyse where and why some quotes are not successfully converted. If you then work on these decline quote reasons, it is a great opportunity to increase your conversion rates. Now, we all know how much as individuals we depend upon our mobile phones on a daily basis. Therefore, to add that convenience factor in which our consumers require, we have now set up auto text at quote level. So auto quote works in two ways. First of all, you can send an instant text message out as soon as you have sent a quote to the prospective client via email. Now, if your client has not opened that email, the system will then send a follow-up text message. Now, this text message is completely customizable. It could read that you have sent a quote through to check the emails or get in touch for any further queries. What you can then do is choose the time frame in which the text message is sent out to the client. The follow-up SMS takes out the requirement for manual manpower to chase up the client via having to pick up the phone and call. You can also use our email open rate report. So by using this report, you can analyze and manage how many of the quotes that you are sending out on a daily basis are actually being opened. And then by enabling this feature, you can then compare and look at the increase in your email open rate once those text messages are being fired through to the prospective client. Once you have secured your business, the client journey does not stop there. As mentioned earlier, 80% of consumers want more digital communication. A major importance is to keep your client updated throughout the process. You can do this using our personalised key stages. Personalised key stages allows you to tailor your message depending upon the party receiving it. For example, you can differentiate your client message to the referrer message. Your client can then access these updates via communication emails. But not only this, they can access the update using either our branded app or unbranded Perfect Update. In addition to this, if they don't use smartphones, they can access the branded or unbranded desktop portal. And this really is a great way to embrace technology and reduce that manual manpower again. As discussed earlier, email design can also be used during case level. Therefore, different banners can be created for each of your key stage emails to differentiate the content of the email within the body. What I now want to do is I want to take you into the portal and show you some of these features and how they can actually be set up. So first of all, if we take a look at the discount vouchers, so to find the discount vouchers, if you click into your settings, along into general, and into your not decline quote reasons, that's the next one, into discounts. So at the moment, I haven't got any discount vouchers set up. What I will do is I will set one up now. So let's say, for example, we call this Spring Savings. And the fee name can be a March discount. You can then do a percentage or an amount. So if we say £50 off quotes, what you can do is you can give it a limit. So you could say, I just want this to be applied a certain amount of times before running out, or you can have a valid from and valid to. So you can set this up until the end of March. Now that you have this quote set up, not only can it be accessed privately, but if you advertise this code online, your prospect client can then go onto your web page, enter this discount code and receive the discount. From a user point of view, something that I have found is very useful is what we used to have was just the manual discount entry. If you do have a constant discount you apply to that certain type of client, whether it be a returning or existing client, you can keep this discount code in here as a permanent. So if you keep valid to off, and just valid from, you can then constantly use it and it will just be a quicker way of applying that discount without having to manually enter each time. We also have the decline quote reasons. Now, what you can do in here is remove any of the existing reasons that may not apply for your firm anymore, amend existing, and also add new reasons. A great way of managing these reasons is to go into the report suite. What you can actually do as well is you can have the lost business tab on your dashboard through using Customised Dashboard. What I'll do today is take you through into report suite. So clicking first into our new control center, along into report suite, and into decline quotes with reasons. So at the moment, I'm just looking at a particular time frame. If I look at last month, I can then bring up all of those reasons with the explanation. Don't forget, you can always export this data into an Excel if you wanted to filter it further, or look at it on a graph view. Now, if you put this on your dashboard, you can then have a nice visual there every time you log on to the portal. I am now going to take you into our settings again, just to show you our quote email. So if I take you into Setup and Manage, and into quote email list. Now, I know a lot of you will be familiar with our quote emails, how they work, how to edit and amend, but something that I just wanted to focus on is just to show you what we mentioned earlier about having a condensed email. So as you can see here, from a client's perspective, they've got the visual in one view without having to scroll, advertising the app, there's the link to instruct, and a lovely visual here that kind of matches in with the purpose of the email and what we're trying to say. What you can do, so you've always been able to edit the email body, however, you can now change up the email design. So you can have multiple designs for quote email. I just have the one. However, let's say you wanted to have a multitude depending upon the case type. You can just choose it from the drop-down box. And then if you'd like to carry across this email body across different case types, simply just click the duplicate email template. And what that will do is just carry them across all other areas. I know I mentioned SMS management in my previous webinar, but just to show you again how it can be enabled. So it's super simple to set up. If anybody would like for me to set this up, all that I will require is the wording. So we have some default wording, which you are more than welcome to use. However, what you can do is use the BB codes to make it matter specific, add in your details, and you can add in the date and the case ID. As you can see here, that's the instant SMS. Furthermore, we have the follow-up. So here is the text for my follow-up. And then you can change the time in which you would like this text message to be sent. Again, you can have a different text message per case type. However, if you're quite happy with how this reads, you can then just duplicate the SMS across all different case types. Personalised key stages was something that I discussed earlier and how you can actually tailor that message. Now, I wanted to show you it within settings and how it actually works. So, if I click into key stages, and then let's say, for example, we're in a standard purchase at the moment and we are looking at the initial letter sent to clients. So, that's the key stage name. However, as a client receiving that key stage update, you know, we are the client, so that message doesn't really mean much to us. So what you can do is personalize that communication. So here I have just entered a little bit of different information. Great news, your case has started. And again, you're slipping in the brand awareness there because you added in BB codes for your details and your phone number. If you have any estate agent or mortgage brokers involved, you can then update them whenever necessary. And don't forget, if you have the branded app, you can then have the push notifications enabled so that instant information is just landing onto the lock screen to open and go directly into the app. Not only this, but we've got the communication email. So as mentioned earlier, your client can use Perfect Update or the branded version to access those updates. However, an email will also be sent to the client. And what you can do here is, previous to this, we just had the key stage update, but you can now tailor that information depending upon the party. So if I show you the key stage update email here, you can now see as well that again, we've incorporated those different email banners just to change up the purpose of the message. Again, if anybody would like some email banners creating for your firm, then just let us know and that is something we'll be more than happy to create for you. Fantastic. So does anybody have any questions at all in terms of the features that I have covered today? Of course, if anybody has anything that they'd like to give us a call about or drop an email, you can always catch me at lottie.lucy@perfectportal.co.uk, and we also have help desk at perfectportal.co.uk. We have the Q&A tab at the bottom, so any questions, just feel free to put those in there. As mentioned earlier with the customised dashboard, just while I'm thinking ahead, this is where you can add this in here. So if I click Add Tile, you can then customize your dash. Now, what is really good about this feature is that it's per user. So you can have your dashboard completely different as to how another user in your firm will wish to have it. And it's all about making sure that the data you see as soon as you log on is something that is useful for yourselves. And don't forget, you can have a multitude of slides. So thank you everybody for joining today. I think that's just about it. If anybody thinks of any questions that you might have once the webinar is over, feel free to drop me a call. I'll be at my desk all day. Thank you everybody.